about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know so I can...
There's no guarantee that Saquon's definitely going to be perfect with the Eagles and what they try to do. I mean, do I think he's an upgrade from what you had with
DeAndre
Swift? I don't know. I think it's going to be about the same. So that's my hot take. I think it's going to be about the same.
Chief.
Well, I don't think you guys utilized DeAndre Swift the way that he was supposed to be used either. They had him catching passes.
Again, Nick Sirianni doesn't utilize the running backs.
Which is why we're about to find out if Sirianni was the problem, right? We're going to see.
Correct.
If things
but do
change.
you think Sirianni's fingerprint is totally off of that, though?
I don't buy it
exactly.
Personally. I mean, we had the same exact thing here at A&M this past year. It was all Jimbo Fisher's offense sucks. Like, let's get out of the Stone Age. So you hire Bobby Petrino, and it's like, oh, he runs the offense. But in reality, Petrino wasn't calling plays. It was definitely Jimbo, because as soon as Jimbo got fired, the offense actually looked different. That's how it went down. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Philly. That might just even be
I don't
me
think
being
it's
cynical.
I don't think it's totally like that, because it's pretty much been, I'm pretty sure it's been well known that this is Sirianni's last year if he doesn't get his ish together, because he was almost fired last year.
Same thing could be said for Jimbo.
We'll put it like this. I think
Jimbo, also, it cost less to hire an assassin than Jimbo's contract. It's not that with Sirianni.
This is my hot take for Saquon. I think he's going to have under 12 touchdowns. And I think he's going to have under 1,300 yards this year total. That's combined rushing and receiving.
Oh, dang.
I was about to say under 1,300 for rushing yards isn't that bad.
I don't think it's going to be any much different than when he was on the Giants. I actually think it's going to be worse for him, because if you give Saquon all of that, watch A.J. Brown start insinuating something. You just paid Devontae Smith and him to be your guys, and Jalen Hurts, and now you just bring. I don't know. I'm gonna just put it like this. I've never, especially on the offense.
I think the diva act has been overblown by all of these guys. But go on.
I never said he was a diva though.
No, I know, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Philadelphia reports, because that's exactly what has been said as well, of what you are saying right now, of AJ Brown insinuating something.
But
and
they
involve it to being a diva, and I think that is just completely blown out of proportion.
Well, you wouldn't say anything if you didn't feel a certain way. So yes, I mean, in my opinion, I think that he's a little bit of a diva. I'm not saying the full-blown diva, but you don't go in there and start pouting and saying whatever the hell you want to unless you felt a certain way. I played football. Khalid played football. You've coached football. Like, we know certain people are going to say something, but you're a professional and just shut up. It's not college. You're in the NFL. So, and in my aspect, yes, he's a little bit of a diva, but I do agree that was blown out of proportion too, because he's a competitor. That's where I think most of that's come from. But let's really see how he does this year, because yes, we can say, okay, it's blown out of proportion, but you bring Saquon Barkley in, who you had to pay money to get there. You just paid Devontae. You got Jalen that's there. Some changes happened to the offensive line, and it's a lot easier to pay star players on the defense than it is on offense. Because with the money comes with the responsibility, or the entitled responsibility of somebody on that team. Okay, you paid me to be the number one receiver. Why am I not getting first receiver targets? Why is Johnny Wilson getting more targets than me? Man, I don't see this being. This is why the 11-6 record has to come up. Like, outside of their schedule, you can't pass the ball to everybody, and people, and to be honest. We could say till we're blue in the face that a lot of these players just think like, all we gotta do is win a Super Bowl. For some people like Patrick Mahomes, he don't care what his stats are. He cares about winning. I can't necessarily say that about Saquon and the rest of them, because
even after the pitiful performance, both AJ and Devontae were over 1,000 yards, and even DeAndre Swift had over 1,000 yards rushing.
I get it, man.
And
But
AJ
DeAndre
and
Swift is not
Devontae,
Saquon.
AJ and Devontae have already pretty much said that there was no way either one of them were leaving.
I do think though that
Which is
adding
why they got
Saquon Barkley
extended.
also takes some targets away because he naturally is going to demand more attention in the passing game. Not to mention you make a lot of moves, like intentional moves to upgrade wide receiver 3 by bringing in Paris Campbell and drafting Anaya Smith and bringing in John Ross. Like it's clear that they're trying to get a third guy out there.
Yeah, because they want to win.
Yes, I understand that, but that means that they're like Quez Watkins was ineffective as a wide receiver 3 last year, and so was Zacchaeus. I'm saying that they're just going to see less targets because more targets will go to wide receiver 3. I'm not saying that they're stupid moves. I agree that they're good moves. They should be doing this. I see what Dante's saying here because there's a lot of mouths to feed who want to be fed, but you added even more this year. So naturally, those targets have to come from somewhere.
Saquon's going to a team where he's not going to get as many touches as he's used to, and he was already crying. I mean, I get it. You tell the Giants, like, I want to stay, and then they tell you to test the market, and then you sign with the opposite other team. That just screams to me like that you are conflicted on what you want, sir, because a lot of people would kill to be in your position, being like the true number one guy, and you getting scapegoated by everybody else. And now you've gone to a team who has 3 other star players, Lane Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Dallas Goedert. Man, somebody's going to get pissed. I don't know who it is. That's all I'm saying, Sora. It's like, it might not be AJ. It might not be Devontae.
I can't see it.
It might not be Jalen. It might be Dallas Goedert that gets pissed. I'm just saying on somebody, it's not going to gel as well as what they think is going to. And I think that's going to be the Eagles' downfall. Like,
I can't.
I've never seen an offense that's had that many star players do really, really well. And the teams that have, we haven't seen in a long time. I would say the ones that you have seen that done really well, you could probably go to Peyton Manning with that Broncos team. That team was awesome. And everybody was good from the many tight ends.
You have to win a Super Bowl in order to calm any upset people.
But the person that can bring them together is a quarterback. And I don't think Jalen has that Peyton Manning mentality yet to be able to do that. And then the other team that I can think of, if I go even further back, was St. Louis when they had Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt and Marshall Faulk and Kurt Warner. That's a lot. I mean, this team is stacked, bro, with like superstar.
So let me ask you this question, and then we'll move on because we've already beaten this horse dead. Why do you not think Jalen Hurts can't be that quarterback that can't keep them all together? Because you've got his ex-teammate in Devontae Smith. AJ Brown's kids literally call him uncle.
They were best friends growing up.
This doesn't have to deal with Jalen Hurts, but Saquon Barkley played at Penn State. He's back home now.
Was an Eagles fan growing up.
The entire O-line loves and respects Jalen. The entire team does. And he's, again, gotten a lot more vocal this offseason. So I just want to know why you think he's not the one that can. Is it just because he's the quiet, stoic guy?
Yes, you have to be boisterous at some points to garner respect from your teammates. It can't be by your play at quarterback. I mean, I'm sorry. What quiet quarterback has won a Super Bowl?
By the way, ranked 15th in the NFL Top 100. If anybody didn't see that, just saying.
But what quiet quarterback can also squat 600 pounds?
I get it.
I'm just playing.
Who's ranked 15th?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, dude. You know me, dog. I'm a Jalen Hurts fan all day.
I'm not saying this as a slight against you. I'm just saying, that's why I said just in case if anybody, because it's going on right now. I'm just saying because it's going on right now that he ranks 15th and Dak Prescott ranks 16th. It's going on right now. I've been paying attention to it on the side of it.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is like.
Yeah. No, that wasn't a chip shot towards you. I was just letting that be known in general.
No. I got you. But still, let's you know. I mean, we talked about Dak being a good quarterback too, so everybody can shut up about that as well. Hey, Coach Ed, you remember on that show? That was nasty work, bro.
I mean, shoot, like you ain't got to tell me twice. I got Jalen Hurts and Devontae right here.
Nah, Russell was way more boisterous and way more like enthusiastic than Jalen has been. I mean, just go watch. Like he was like, it's different. It was different. I mean, just look at every single Super Bowl winning quarterback. They all have had that moxie. I don't see Jalen having that. I'm not saying that he can't win. I'm just saying with that much talent, I don't care if it was his best friend. Money will changes everybody, bro. We're all human. And when it comes to the money, it makes you feel like you have even more of a responsibility. So in my case, let's just say it like this. If all you guys are on my team, right, and I'm constantly putting up 400 yards and 4 touchdowns throughout the season, people are saying I'm MVP, but the 5 games that we played, we only won 3 because Khalid dropped a couple passes, but you don't have as many yards, but you got more touchdowns, but Khalid's got more yards and touchdowns than you. Khalid's going to be like, man, I've been getting open and like, I know I dropped a couple passes. Is this a slight against me? I'm making all this money. I feel like I should be more involved in the game because I think I can help us win. Like your ego is what can get you caught up. And then it's not necessarily about being a diva. You could be AJ Brown and be quiet about it and it's all in your head because the money says that I am the superstar. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I don't think like Peyton Manning and them never had to wrangle that type of stuff. Like Kurt Warner and that team back in the day, they weren't making the money like that. AJ and Devontae and Saquon are making prime time money right now. And then you throw Jalen on top of that. It's like all them dudes gonna want to feel like that they're pulling their weight. That's all I'm saying. And it's gonna frustrate them personally. Not the fact that they're not winning, but when they get that close loss and AJ's gonna be like, man, I feel like I could have did more. It can be self-deprecating, bro. That's all.
That's just what everybody's gonna say because that's part of wanting to win the game. That's just part of being an athlete.
And he's just saying that's gonna happen.
That's all I'm saying. I
get that. I'm just saying that's just the natural athlete response of what could I have done better.
Right, but I don't know if Jalen has the cojones right now as a leader to be able to wrangle all those guys together and all those different personalities, regardless of his personal relationship. Like your football relationship is way different than your personal relationship. Like I'm not talking about your kids.
Hasn't shown that he can.
What I'm hearing is Dante doesn't want my kids calling him uncle, basically. They could do whatever, but they're gonna get this Tom Brady treatment. I'm like Peyton Manning said, Jeff White on the run plays.
I don't know if that was the right quarterback to choose there, considering Tom Brady's history with his kids. But you know,
maybe stay away from my kids.
Yeah, I know. We spent a hell of a lot of time on the Eagles, but this is what like.
These are the fun debates, though. This.
Yeah, you see, we ain't pissed off. We're just trying to understand each other's points of view.